Now let's talk about New Gods. Let's talk about New Gods. All right, so we already saw this. We saw this right here. Let me bring it up right here. So this is Ava Duvernay. Apparently, when she was promoting the Kaepernick series, which I saw a clip from the Kaepernick series. First off, Kaepernick does not have any kind of presence at all when it comes to talking, and apparently they were comparing getting paid millions of dollars. They were comparing that to slavery. Sure, I guess you can pay me millions and millions of dollars to. I don't know exactly what they were going for right there, but yeah, when it comes to that Kaepernick doc, I don't even know what the fuck. I don't know what the hell, because you're getting paid millions and millions of dollars to be in the best shape of your life and to play a game is comparable to slavery, apparently. I don't know what they were trying to go for right there. But anyways. So, right here, this is what she had to say when it came to, I know, I gotta say, I gotta be careful, I'll get canceled. But this is what she had to say when it came to New Gods, and somebody asked her about New Gods.
Loved New Gods, which is the project that got axed. The studio decided that they did not want to pursue a certain part of that comic world based on some things that were going on with another film in that world. Okay. So before I even was able to kind of complete my script with Tom King, they axed it. But I had already had 2 projects going. Loved.
Okay. So first off, we've talked about it time and time again on the Vodka stream mainly, is that she never really got a green light. I think it was always supposed to be a pitch. And the fact that it was, I mean, how long ago was that? I mean, I remember I was literally working I've had like 3 jobs since then. I was working at a totally different place where I was, I had to go, I was like in a company vehicle and whatnot. And I remember I stopped at this AM PM and I looked at my phone and everybody was talking about how Ava DuVernay is going to be handling New Gods. And it was like, all right, interesting. And then all of a sudden we didn't hear shit about it for a long time. So it was always very interesting. And then all of a sudden Tom King got involved. It never went anywhere. It just never went anywhere. And now, you know, obviously it got canceled. And a lot of us were kind of wondering what was going to happen with it because, you know, obviously New Gods were shown in Zack Snyder's Justice League. And now she's saying it right here that, you know, who knows if she's directly talking about the Snyder Cut? It sounds like it. Sounds like it's Zack Snyder's Justice League. Is she throwing shade at Zack Snyder? Probably not. She's just answering the question. But at the same time, so when people were going back and forth, the discourse about this was kind of interesting because it's like, well, she can't blame Zack Snyder. She cannot at all blame Zack Snyder, which I hope that she's not doing. And I think she isn't doing. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt that she's not blaming Zack Snyder because obviously not his fault. This movie was supposed to come out in 2017, okay? And, you know, not his fault that he showed us a pretty awesome New Gods. Or some of them, at least, you know? Not his fault. Not his fault. To me, it seemed like this was not going anywhere. I mean, how many years? That was like in 2017 too, I believe, or 2018, beginning of 2018, I don't know, that we heard that she was writing the script and it just was like not going anywhere. And I don't think it was actually greenlit. We've talked about that. Like I said, it didn't sound like it was actually greenlit. And a lot of people were not really wanting it. I was going to give her the benefit of the doubt too because I thought Wrinkle in Time was a shit sandwich. But, you know, you have movies like Selma. She knows how to make movies. Yeah, when it comes to a big scale, who knows? Wrinkle in Time could have very much been like a Disney fuckery or whatever the fuck. But that movie sucked. It did. At least in my opinion, it sucked. I was very bored. And goddamn, it seemed like it had all the potential in the world and it was pretty bad. So I didn't have a lot of confidence. I'll be perfectly frank. I didn't have a lot of confidence when it came to her. So, but I'm just saying, like, if she's throwing shade at Zack Snyder, well, she shouldn't. It's not his fault. She should be throwing shade at Warner Brothers naturally, which is what you should do because, you know, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, suck it, Warner Brothers.
Yeah, exactly. Suck it,
Warner Brothers.
There you go. Say it twice. But yeah, I just hope that she's not really throwing any shade. I don't think, hopefully she's not. She did like some tweets that, yeah, that's true. And remember she liked the tweets that what's her name? What's her name when she was complaining? Jessica Chastain, when she was complaining about the Amazon's costumes. Remember, she did throw some. She did like that tweet where Jessica Chastain was throwing shade at the costumes that Zack Snyder was using. So, did she show any support to Zack Snyder's Justice League? I don't remember seeing any support. So, that's interesting too. You got to take that in. I think there's a little bit of shade. Yeah, possibly. But at the same time, it's like she should be throwing shade at Warner Brothers if she's in fact doing that. If she's in fact throwing some shade, which I think there's a little bit there. There definitely is. She should be throwing it mainly at Warner Brothers. Mainly at Warner Brothers. It's not Zack's fault at all. Not Zack's fault. I think didn't Deborah say like that they wanted to work with like a filmmaker? They wanted to work with her. I think they name dropped her like in Justice Con or something like that. I don't know. I remember there was like a name drop somewhere where they name dropped Ava Duvernay, or at least Deborah did. So there should not be any shade that's thrown at Zack Snyder. And if that's the case, then, fuck that. Come on. You can't do that. You can't do that. It's like, hey, you had other projects going on. You got the Naomi project that's coming out, which, a DC fandom, that tease looked decent. I thought I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. But, yeah. Let's face it. When everybody starts going crazy about what Zack was doing with the New Gods with Darkseid and whatnot, yeah, it's going to be kind of hard to match that. And I'm pretty sure that that is what in fact killed it. But what can you do, Nothing you can do about that. So WB canceled it because of a movie that's not canon. I don't know. I don't know why exactly. I just never, to me, it was never officially, to us, it was never officially greenlit. How do you cancel something that's not really greenlit? Seems like they were trying to come up with a pitch, and maybe she had like, who knows how many different versions of the script that she had, and maybe she kept pitching it, and then went, no, that's not what we're looking for. And then all of a sudden, they see what Zack did, and they're like, well, everybody's kind of freaking out about that. You guys aren't doing what that is. I don't know. Who knows? But we're talking about Ava DuVernay. That's all. League of Mayhem. Oh, it was on League of Mayhem. There you go. That's where Deborah said it. Where she said she would like to work with a filmmaker when they asked her what filmmaker, and Deborah said Ava DuVernay. So if Ava DuVernay is throwing shade at Snyder's, well, then fuck that. I'm just saying, fuck that. And then it's like, then I'll just be like, ha ha. I'm like, sorry, nobody wanted your movie. But I'll give her the benefit of the doubt that she maybe wasn't doing that a little bit, but she did, again, like that tweet from Jessica Chastain, which was a stupid tweet. But anyways.